Hey everybody, it's Shaman Sister Sin, and you're listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, the Little Shaman. Today I wanted to talk to you about projection. It's a very common occurrence in narcissistic relationships, and it makes up a huge bulk of the reason why they do certain things. So what is it? Projection is when the narcissist takes something of their own, like a feeling or a behavior or a trait, and projects or puts it onto another person. The best example of this is probably when the narcissist is continually accusing you of hating them or of having feelings you don't have. You have no idea why they're doing that because you don't hate them, and your behavior certainly wouldn't be coming across that way to anybody else, so where are they getting that idea? The answer is projection. Narcissists have serious emotional problems, to put it lightly. Despite what many think, narcissists do have emotions, and their emotions are often very strong, even overwhelming. Many narcissists don't consciously acknowledge their emotions at all, yet these emotions do exist, and they control every aspect of the narcissist's life and color their perception of everything. To the narcissist, feelings are facts. This creates a convoluted internal landscape, especially for those that are in denial of their emotions in general. They can feel these emotions, but because they deny and refuse to acknowledge them, they often experience them as happening externally, meaning coming from somewhere outside of themselves. They can feel the hatred, but because they're in such denial, they cannot acknowledge that it's self-hatred. This is too hurtful to acknowledge and too hard to defend against, so they assign that feeling to somebody else. I don't feel this way, you do. In this way, they keep these hurtful feelings at bay and preserve the fragile fiction that their entire existence is predicated on. Their entire life revolves around maintaining that false self and the idea attached to it, which is that they're not the horrible pieces of garbage they secretly believe themselves to be. Without that false self and the sustenance they receive from other people through it, they have no ability to regulate their emotions or validate their self-worth. So they'll go into a downward spiral that ends with decompensation, dissociation, and sometimes even psychosis or suicide. They literally fall apart without it, and narcissists that do not have an extended network of those they can feed off of are perfect examples of that. They are often low-functioning, depressive, and prone to suicidal or other self-harming types of behavior. The overwhelming majority of narcissists were themselves victims of childhood narcissistic abuse, so they end up with the same idea that all victims of narcissistic abuse end up with, that simply being a normal human being is somehow wrong. Basic human flaws and normal limitations of ability are considered inexcusable failures by the narcissist, both in themselves and in other people. Virtually all of their projection and the behaviors related to it are centered around this one thing. The narcissist's delusional, childish idea of what a good person is and the illusion they're trying to create that they are one. Good people don't hate themselves. Good people aren't abusive. Good people never make mistakes or have accidents. Good people are perfect. Good people are never at fault for anything. Good people are always right. Good people never fail. Anything they do or feel that does not fit into this idealized emotional definition is projected onto other people so that the narcissist can deny it's a part of themselves. I didn't do that bad thing, you did. I don't feel that bad way, you do. Projection is able to alleviate some of their distress, but not all of it. They're never able to actually be perfect, so they walk around feeling shame and self-hatred all the time. Pathologically narcissistic people, like most victims of narcissistic abuse, carry a permanent sense of failure around with them always. They have been taught that they're not good enough and never will be. In defense against that and the horrible self-hatred and shame that it provokes, they've created a pretend self that they think meets these expectations. Of course, nothing can meet those expectations because those expectations are totally unreasonable. Everybody has flaws. Everybody makes mistakes. To the narcissist, this is completely unacceptable, even if it's something really minor. It's more than unacceptable. It's evil and wrong and means that they are too. So they blame, they gaslight, they project. I didn't fail, you failed. Or you forced me to fail, or you sabotage me, or you're blaming me, or you're just saying that because you hate me, and on and on and on and on. What they're really saying is, I cannot take the shame of this horrible failure. You take it. They want you to carry that because they just can't. Their emotions are frightening and overwhelming to them because they don't know how to regulate or control them. Now, you would think in the case of minor mistakes, it would help if you said something like, I understand that you feel shame over this mistake or this thing that you did wrong, but it's not that big of a deal. but this is usually not helpful. They are utterly convinced of this programming, and letting them know that you see their secret shame and vulnerability often makes things worse, not better. They won't believe you anyway. To them, it is a big deal. It's a monument to their ultimate failure and eternal incompetence as a person, which is the secret they're spending all their energy trying to hide. You can see evidence of this when they're forced to acknowledge a mistake or to take responsibility for something they've done. Instead of just a normal dispute or a regular conversation, it becomes a sweeping indictment of their self-worth. Suddenly, the conversation is about how you believe they're a terrible person and subhuman because they didn't call the gas company or because they left muddy footprints on the clean kitchen floor. And you're like, whoa, dude, I'm not saying that at all. But it's too late. Pointing out a mistake they've made, something they've done wrong, or a flaw in the narcissist is the ultimate betrayal in their eyes. You've unwittingly exposed that disgusting, defective thing they're trying to hide, and they're never going to forgive you for that, and they're never going to believe you didn't do it on purpose. They perceive this exposure as a blatant attack, a threat on their very life, and they will fight back with everything they've got against that. This is actually often one of the first serious indicators people get that someone might be a narcissist. The inability to understand that having flaws or making mistakes is okay, and the disproportionate rage that happens when these things are pointed out. In the end, the biggest difference between those who end up pathologically narcissistic and those who do not is probably that, for whatever reason, narcissists are unable to mature and move on. The people who don't end up narcissistic are able to accept, regulate, and control their emotions. They don't need to resort to projection, blame shifting, and gaslighting because they are in such horrible, deep denial of their own feelings. They know what a good person is, and they know what it isn't. They know that it's okay to be human. Sadly, for the narcissist, this is not something they will ever know or be able to accept. I hope this clears a few things up for you. As always, I look forward to your comments, questions, and suggestions, so please keep those coming. You've been listening to the Meditations and More podcast brought to you by littleshaman.org. That's me, Little Shaman. May the Great Spirit bless you and have a wonderful day.